Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you are having an amazing day. I feel like when it comes to design, people just take it too far. And when something goes too far, instead of actually taking accountability to say, okay, we're taking this too far, they then start to cancel things out and say that this is no longer trending or this is out. And I don't necessarily agree. I remember trim was not a thing. So doing a trim in your home was considered to be very passe, very old school, and now everyone is doing it. It is still a thing.
What makes YouTube such a great platform is the fact that content is set up in chronological order. We're gonna go down memory lane. 7 years ago, I shared how I hang my art. This wasn't the first video. This was probably number 20. But what I wanted you to really see and pay attention to is the wall did not have trim. And then I moved forward adding trim. And I always talk about your design being timeless. And then when I moved into my place, I not only upgraded the base trim and added crown molding and the detail in the ceiling, but then I also ended up adding trim on the wall. And then 2 years ago, when I purchased a home with my fiance, we then began doing a lot of the hands-on project with adding the trim. Again, this is over the span of approximately 8 years. I started off on my own, and now I'm doing a lot of these projects with my fiance. So if you were to ask me my professional opinion about where trim is going, I will tell you that it's not out. Why? If you go back to videos that I did 8 years ago, I feel like they are still part of today's conversation. And so when I say to you, create a space that's going to be timeless, this is exactly what I am referring to, being able to go back into a design and it still being relevant.
Putting wood on the wall was a thing. And even then, I love the idea and the concept. I did it in my stairway. If you remember, you remember.
This is 8 years ago. As you can see, me using a miter saw currently is not my first rodeo, but I've gotten a lot better over time. One of the biggest things that I want you to take focus is whenever I am introducing something new into my home, I do my best to do it in a minimal way. That way it doesn't overpower the space. You give yourself enough room to change.
And then shortly after that, shiplap became a thing. And baby, y'all ran to the hills with that one. I mean, it was in the bedroom. It was everywhere. Shiplap was meant to go in spaces, I believe, like a sunroom. It makes you feel as if you are away from home. But because people were putting it everywhere, it just became oversaturated. And now they said it's out, but designers are still very much using it.
If you're looking for an idea for shiplap, I would definitely say this is one that I really do love. Let me first start off by saying that I don't think what I am doing is perfect.
I would like to retract that and say that I have always known what I was doing, but if I had told you that back then, you wouldn't have listened to me. I needed to be able to go back and show you a 8-year span history of my design. Even though I am no longer living in these properties, you can see how they are still very much on trend. I want you to focus on not necessarily following every trend to a T, but making it your own and using the trendy things as minimal as possible. That way it ages well.
I think social media has killed design styles. When farmhouse took off, everybody ran with it. Everybody was making signs. And so for me, I've never really cared for shiplap. And so this was my first time using it. I do love this though. I can see it on camera. It just doesn't look like shiplap.
And here we are again, almost 5 years later, having a discussion about what we're canceling and not canceling in the discussion of interior design. This shiplap was done 5 years ago. Even if you're watching it today, you can still see how it is such a good and thought through design, and I just don't feel like it's dated. Because the core topic of my content is design, I really try to stay on top of the conversations that are happening, especially on Instagram. But the truth of the matter is, this year, I want you to be okay with saying no to certain things and really finding your true identity and self-expression.
And then there was the infamous restoration hardware. I just want to know where the mirror's at. Where the mirror's at? Where the mirror's at? Because I already knew it wasn't going to last. You know what did end up lasting? My mirror. I really want you to understand that we're going to be entering into a space where I'm not really concerned about the numbers. I'm really more concerned about you guys. That was not something that you were supposed to fall for. And 3 years later, you guys are buying furniture again. If you have a curved piece of furniture in your home and you feel like it is out, it is not. It is not. I personally feel like furniture with curvature is absolutely beautiful. Where you're going to place it now is very important. So if I was to purchase a curved piece, I would put that in my primary, like my sitting room. I would put that in my loft. I would put it in a movie room, and I would put it in my basement. Would it be my main furniture living room piece? Absolutely not. You know the wedding, the circle back, I don't know the actual name, but you know those circle back chairs that when you go to weddings, they're chrome or they're gold. They don't belong in your dining room. They belong at the wedding hall where they're supposed to be. They don't go in your dining room. So when you come into your home and people don't know whether they're going to be entertained or whether they should sit down, that is why things are starting to get nixed out, instead of someone actually sitting down and giving you the proper formula to say, this goes here and that goes there. You don't have to listen. You can still do what you want to do in your home. But in order for you to stop seeing these trends go in and out, we have to start using things for where they're supposed to actually go. I want you guys to feel confident about going into Sherwin-Williams and mixing your colors. There's nothing wrong with you taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to get your home done. It took me a month to find the right color for my house. Of me going back and forth, me being tired, me saying, I can't think today, I'm gonna think tomorrow. And I finally got the color and things ended up working out. It actually feels a whole lot better than what you're seeing on camera. I have my friend Crystal here. She's working the camera. What you say, Chris?
Oh, it feels amazing. It feels amazing.
Like,
literally,
when people come into my house, they always say like they're tired. They're
yes,
sleepy.
I was like, I'm ready to rest.
And
it's peaceful.
It takes time to get your space to look and feel like that. And I'm gonna just tell you now, I don't even have the money to do what I actually want to do at my house. So I'm still doing it on a budget. I am still doing it on a budget. So I can just imagine if God allows $1 million to rain down on me, like, it's gonna be crazy. So I understand having to maintain a budget to get your house done. So I want to give you guys tips on where to shop. I want to give you guys tips on where to go. Go ahead and sit down now. Those of us that are grown, even if you got it for free, if you were designing someone else's house, it wouldn't be for free, right? So I still want you to calculate. And I did this on Instagram a while ago, and people were coming back to me like, girl, I didn't realize how much money I was sitting in. I'm like, yes, it's expensive. So for the sake of the video, again, I would like for you to calculate how much your nightstand is, how much your bed is, if you have sitting room furniture in there, what your sitting room furniture cost, and I would like for you to drop it at the bottom. Please, I'm asking you to do that for me, because I want people to see exactly how much these things cost. I'm giving you the rundown and the spiel of it all, so you know my life has been consumed with furniture for the past 3.5 years. That's all I've really been doing. So I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that. So that way when we start this design conversation, I know that we're coming in as a family that's going to understand each other and love each other. And we're going to help our fellow sisters and brothers and not spending their hard-earned money on stuff. Because let me say this. What pushed me to do this is really my fiance. Because when I met him, and he'll tell you, he had IKEA furniture. And he had like little, like whatever. And I was like, I know you're renting, but you could still like, you know, do something a little bit better. And he was like, yeah, you know, when I move, whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then we never talked about it again. And then as he started coming into my house, this is someone that used to be like, you got a $500 candle? I didn't pay $500. I didn't pay that. Sir, I did not ask you to buy that for me. I buy my own stuff. You're good. You know, just come in the house and enjoy the ambiance, enjoy the feels, you know, that's it. Today, babe, how many candles you got left? You need some more candles? Seeing him go from, I would never spend my money on that, to now he's asking me, what should we buy? I was like, I have to share this information. I have to share it. It isn't just about spending money. It's about living well. And again, I'm going to have to bring in my friend in the background because she used to follow me. And she also makes investments in her furniture and her stuff lasts. And she's not worried about nobody coming into her home. And her home looks very beautiful. And we did a fireplace for Valentine's Day. She's got a fireplace in her living room and in her bedroom. So my friends are the testimony that they have started to put their money aside to really make investments. And so seeing my friends, my family, my cousin who does not want to spend money whatsoever, she just got done with medical school. She has 1 more year left in residency. And she was like, listen, just tell me how much. I'm going to find the house and I need you to make it look good so that way the kids can be in there and I can be in there with my fiance. So the fact that I have so many content on here, actual living testimonials walking around me every single day, I wanted to bring it to you guys. I'm sorry this was a little long-winded, or even if you felt like I was a little aggressive, but I feel like I've come on here timid enough for the past couple of years that if I'm gonna quit, and I felt like quitting last year, I want to come on here as my authentic self. I'm tired of having to like say things don't matter. It matters to me a lot. Like this is my like living, breathing every single day conversation with people. And so this year I said I was going to come on here and be me authentically and not worry about any of the outside noise. So if I did feel like quitting, I'll be quitting because I'm just tired. It wouldn't be because I felt defeated. Anyway, on to the next video. I'll see you guys. Bye. Again. So bye.